All right, welcome. This is the third installment in the workout. It's stretching. We're going to do some stretching for posture today. So I want you to follow along with me, follow along with my movements only if you're cleared by a medical professional to do so. So this will take about a half hour, and let's get into it.
So welcome to a posture workout. Now posture is so important for good health because good posture makes all our organs be able to function efficiently in the space that they were designed to function in. What happens with poor posture is it happens in the back, that the people's back muscles tend to get so overbuilt, weak, either too strong or too weak, and they atrophy and you can't move. So you're immobilized and it crushes your ribs. So we're just going to do all these exercises to open up the tense muscles in the back. So you're going to see they'll also open up the chest. And you may find that you can't move very well. If you can't move, if you have no mobility as we're just swaying side to side, it's because your muscles are probably atrophied. But unless it's a level 3 atrophy, you can reverse that. So just move your arms around, just sway side to side. And the arms above the head are pulling on your spine. So that's why we're pulling your arms up, but in a very relaxed mode to stretch out all the little and big muscles of the spine. They're called the spinae erecti. There's a bunch of them in that group. So now what we're going to do is to stretch out the spine by, you can tuck your tailbone under. So I encourage people to push their bum under with their hands, lift their shoulders, and scoop under. So now your arms are up. You're going to swing them behind you. Twist the arms around and very gently, very easily sweep the arms to the front. And this is going to stretch out those tight, immobilized muscles in your back. So take your hands and you're going to slide them along and grip the fingers. Pull the elbows apart and you're actually going to feel some lovely stretching around the shoulder blades. Push those arms forward. Sweep one across. Drop the hips the other way. Sweep the other one across. Drop the hips the other way. And this is to work through the back muscles. Breathe in, pull them behind you. Push forward and pull them behind you. Because when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you don't have eyes at the back of your head. So you don't actually see what's happening to the muscles of your back. But I can when I stand behind you. And people's back muscles, when they look like one sheet, are usually atrophied and immobilized. So these exercises are going to help stop your muscles from looking like a sheet of muscles and look like beautiful, defined muscles that can move around and give you wonderful, wonderful posture. Just keep moving. Lift one shoulder up, the other shoulder up, and now we're going to lift up the arms. Lift one arm up, stretch out that spine. So we're going to use a lot of arms above the head. When we do, remember that that's working on these spinae erecti. Now for good posture, you need strong hips and you need mobile hips because if your hips are tucking under, it's going to round your back. So we need to be able to have flexibility and strength in the hips. So now you're going to bend the knees, back straight. Imagine you have a beach ball in here. And you're going to squeeze that beach ball and relax. So you're going to feel a bit of tension in here, and it's working on your hips and inner legs. And relax. So 4 times. So this is your 3rd time. Squeeze that beach ball and relax. And again, squeeze that beach ball. Relax. Move your hips. When you move your hips, you're moving your lower spine. Move your hips again. And again, we do that tucking under. All under. So this will straighten up your spine, because if your spine is so rigid, you might not be able to straighten it. So it's all about mobility. Good posture is about strength and mobility. Okay, feet apart. Same thing, but with your feet apart. You're going to squeeze these muscles. Think of your bum, squeeze, and relax. Do it again. Squeeze these muscles. So you tighten them up, you squeeze your bum, relax, sink in to those hips, and make sure you're standing properly on your feet. Squeeze in, relax. One more. Squeeze. Now you're going to use your spine, the same we did when the legs were parallel. So imagine you take your tailbone and you pull it one way, you center it back, take your tailbone and you pull it the other way. So this is all to gain flexibility, mobility, and strength of the spine, because it actually takes strength to pull it. And center last time. Now we're going to work on lengthening the spine. So take your arm, reach up as you bend your knees, and change. Reach up as you bend your knees. Stretch those legs. Reach up as you bend your knees. And don't forget about your feet. So always self-check, self-correct that you're standing flat on your feet. Okay, now what we're going to do, one more each side. And then you're going to put your elbow on your knee. And down. This is going to work right through your spine. Bend it. So it's stretching all the tiny little muscles as you bend sideways. All those tiny little spine muscles. Now you're going to take one hand, touch one knee. These are muscles that make you rotate. Touch the other knee. Okay? Good, good, good. Shake your legs out if they feel a little as though they've worked, which I hope they have. Posture needs strength, mobility and strength, equal doses. You shift side to side. And when you start off doing these side-to-side lunges, any movement, always remember, check your feet. Because people forget about their feet, and then they're standing all crooked. So always check your feet, that you're standing flat on those feet. You're going to go side. One, push your hip down, stretch a little more to the ceiling, and this is all strengthening your spine. Now take your fingers, you're going to reach up and try to touch the ceiling with your hand. Other side. Don't lift your hip when you bend sideways. You go upwards, pushing the hip down. This is working, pulling on those spine, and I'm sure you can feel all the spinae erecti muscles working. Bend a little bit, pull more, bend a little bit more. Now take your fingers, try to touch the ceiling. Yeah, do it again. Up, reach more without lifting the hip. Temptation is to do that. So just push the hip down. Bend a little bit more. And do it again. And over now. Touch the fingers. Sweep the ceiling with your fingers, and that will really strengthen the sides to help your core with a strong, beautiful posture. Forward and up. Now that was sideways. Now we want to go forward movement. So tuck your tailbone under, bend those elbows, and lift the elbow up. And then drag that elbow. We call these washes, as though you're washing windows. You're lifting the elbow and you're dragging it. But when you think about washing windows, you're going to open your hand. Because you don't wash your window with a fist. And that's going to work through your muscles, making your muscles longer. Okay, so you're going side to side, but this is forward motion. Now imagine that you're washing a table to round. You're bending forward. Straighten yourself up. Round. Wash that table. And wash the table the other way. So all these are working different range of motion of the vertebra, the spine. The spine has to go sideways and forwards and rotate and all kinds of beautiful movements. Okay, so now take one arm, you're going to pull it behind you. Make sure that you're not rounding the shoulders. So you keep your shoulders open. Lift one arm up, lift it up, and lift it back. The other arm open. Don't round your shoulders. Lift it up and pull it back. You're going to do it again. Lift it up. And on a diagonal, pull it behind you. It's going to really help your posture. Lift up and down. And down. Lift it up. Pull it behind you. Lift it up. Now, we're going to do what's called windmills. Imagine that your arms are the blades of the windmill. Think Holland. Arms open, down. Twist your spine. Arms up. Twist on your spine. When you get here, breathe in. Twist a little further. Arms up. And down. Take your back arm. Lift it up and join your front arm. Now we're going to roll up and down the vertebra. So imagine that you're pulling a silk sheet and then you're pushing it away. Okay? Pull on a silk sheet, pull it in towards you, round your spine one vertebra at a time, and roll forward. Just push it away. Pull in, breathe with it. Last time, roll in, get those arms above your head, face the front, and open up. Does that feel good? You're going to see, if you do these exercises every day, you're going to see a huge change in your posture. And remember to stay relaxed. Relaxation is the new strength. It sounds bizarre, but it is true. You will get stronger faster if you stay relaxed. And your body will look tremendous at the same time. Up, reach, down, take your back arm, and bend forward. Take that chiffon curtain, pull it in, one vertebra at a time, push it away. One vertebra at a time. Start with the tailbone, and push it away. Again, and push it away. Last time, in you come, arms above your head, lift up, and breathe out. Relax. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Lift and breathe out. And drop down. Roll up. Up you come. And pull those arms back. Up. Down. Back. Up. Down. So you're going to really be feeling it through your chest. Those are called your pectorals. Very tend to get shrunken and make for poor posture. So you want to open up your pectorals. Okay, so now we're going to go and do some floor exercises. So find yourself a comfy mat. Just a little reminder that you might need a cushion or something underneath your head if your back is rounded and you can't lie flat the way I'm lying. So if your head is like this, then you've got to put a cushion or support under your head. It's very important to protect your spine. So I don't need it. So now, for posture, we need a strong core. And that means strong abdominal muscles, rectus abdominis, all the angles of the core. So we're going to lift up by contracting these muscles. Contract the muscles, but look at the ceiling and lower down slowly. The trick to sit-ups is not to lift the head. The trick is to contract these muscles and move slowly because you're trying to strengthen the whole front of your core. You're trying to strengthen your stomach muscles, your oblique muscles. So if you move rapidly, you're actually not strengthening them. You're shortening them and you're using momentum. So you may get these tight little crunchy looking bulges, but they won't be strong and they won't give you any support. They won't give your spine very much support. But if you move slowly, you're going to have to only use your muscles. That's why we're moving slowly. And they will strengthen and help to flatten the stomach. And most people want a flat but attractive cut muscles. They want a nice looking abdominal region. And we're going to do one more. And now lift one arm up. You're going to reach up and down. Now, if you find that sit-ups hurt your neck, which a lot of people they do, then don't lift your head. Just use your arm and force this whole region to press into the floor. So I'm doing it that way without lifting my head, pushing my muscles into the floor, or you could lift up. They're both very effective ways of strengthening your abs. So I'm going to lift up. So these are for the obliques. It's a sort of a diagonal group of muscles that work somewhere around the rib cage, but it all helps. You need every single muscle to be balanced, to be strong. Okay, and do 4 more. Up. So remember that sit-ups are for the abdominal muscles, they're not for the neck. So you don't really have to use your head if you don't want to. Now, the next group of muscles is we're going to use these things here, the transverse, to get the lower one. So put your feet flat, put your hands here, and cough. And you'll feel these muscles contracting. Push them into the floor. Now we're going to do bicycles. But if you can't, if you've got a weak back and you have trouble doing this with both legs, you can always just keep one foot on the ground and bicycle one leg alone. As you press your leg down, you're going to push on the transverse muscle. So you're using the leg to lever the work for these transverse. So you're really strengthen those lower abs with these ones and upper abs with the original, the first exercises we did at the beginning of these sit-ups. So just press down on your transverse, lower your legs slowly. Slowly is the trick. Now bring your knees in, roll up, bend those knees, straighten your legs. And as I said, you can keep one foot on the floor. So you're going to work your transverse, work your spine, stretch them out. Work your legs, roll up, stretch your muscles out, stretch those legs out. In. These are really wonderful to work your transverse. And to make your modification, you can just do it with one foot flat on the floor. Okay? So now we're going to lie on the side. So as you're lying on your side, this is when you would need a lovely donut. So I'm going to do it to show you how to do it. Now lie on your side, and I really like to use it because I can actually work better. You can lie flat up on your arm. Stretch your leg and lift it up. Pull. I find that by using this donut, which is actually a hemorrhoid cushion, it helps you target the hip region. It's these glutes that we're working. And the glutes are going to strengthen your hips. There's a small group of muscles, and they're going to help you stand better, stand more with more strength. And it's hard to strengthen the glutes in a lengthened way. So these exercises where you're lengthening your leg and lifting with your hip in the donut hole will actually target exactly those glutes. Short group of muscles, and you're going to start pushing the end of it. Pull out and lift up. Now you're going to twist your leg inside the socket. And as you twist it, the muscles are stretching in a little rotational. You're not forcing, you're just twisting. Really, really good for your balance and really good for holding yourself and being able to move. You don't want to be rigid. Now, move quickly to change sides because I always tell my students, don't act like old people. Move. We tend to slow ourselves down and we don't even have to. pull that leg out of the hips and lift it up. Okay, doesn't that feel good? Well, it feels bad, but it feels good. Use this. I really recommend getting one of these things and get them at the drugstore. Hold and lift, hold and lift. Okay, because you want to feel this short group of glute muscles. Up and lift and down. Flex your foot, stretch out, push the heel towards the far wall and lift. And kind of a nasty ache in your hip. Never pain. If it's ouch, like a knife pain, that's a bad pain. But if it's just exhausting, that's a good pain. I don't call that pain, I just call that, it's just that you're strengthening your muscles. Let's do a little rotation within the joint, twist it. And again, twist it. We'll do 2 more twists. And twist. And your final one, just to really work the mobility of the joint. Okay, so now lie flat. And again, if you need the cushion, you're going to put the cushion under your head. If your head's not flat, you see how flat I am. I'm not arching my neck. So I've got my TheraBand, which again you can pick up at a drugstore. And if you need to use it closer, you can just put it underneath your knee or your thigh. So you're going to bend your knee and move that leg around. So just move it around and you're going to feel a lovely stretch in the hips. Put your leg, your foot on the knee and just shift your weight around. Now you're going to just lift up the lower leg, lower the foot down. And all this is to stretch out the muscles of the glutes, what we just worked with. And this is also stretching out muscles in your spine so that you'll be able to straighten your back. Change your legs. So you're going to lift the other leg up. Just bring it in and just move it around. Just mobility. Just loosen up the joint. Just shift it around any which way you want. Put the foot on the knee and you're going to lift your leg up and lower your leg down. Just lift it up. So you're going to feel that lovely stretch in your hip. Just move around. So lift and lower and move. It's going to be very surprising to you how good you feel and how much stronger you feel after doing these exercises. People think they have to really kill themselves to get strong. No. Okay, take your knees and bring them in so you can grab your shins if possible. Sometimes people will take their TheraBand and wrap it around their leg to pull the leg in closer. So you just bring your leg in and then shift your legs so you're moving on your spine, rocking not forward and back, but side to side. Okay, so just on the mat, just your spine is just change your legs, cross your legs over again, lift them up, and you might want to get the TheraBand underneath so you can move those legs so that you're moving your hips on the mat. Side to side. You're not rocking like a boat. You're moving the hips side to side. So now you will most likely need a TheraBand on the next exercise. So I can straighten my leg, but not everybody can. So if your leg is bent, that's fine. And you can keep the TheraBand just to move it around wherever it works for you. So I'm not going to use a TheraBand, but I suggest you do if you find that it helps you get at your leg. So now we're just going to move the leg around. So yours can be bent or straight. So you give yourself the option. The bent is if you can't straighten it. Some people can't because their muscles are so tight. So just shift your leg around inside the socket with your foot flexed. Okay, now you're going to just move your ankles. Rotate those ankles around. Okay, and the other way. So you rotate your ankle. Now what we're going to do is draw a circle with the leg, a little circle. Okay, so what we're doing actually here is we're playing a game with the brain because the brain gets confused, so it's not going to block us. It's part of the neurology of the human body. You learn how it works and how to make it let go. That's why relaxation is so powerful. Okay, so bring that knee into your chest and relax the hips. Stretch your leg up. And this is where you might be using your TheraBand. So you're going to bring your leg in. So mine is straight. So now you're going to bend the knee, wiggle the hips. So by relaxing, by wiggling out the hips, the body thinks, oh, this is okay, I can do this. So it'll let you stretch up and pull these muscles. Now, what this has to do with posture is that many people have very, very tight hamstrings and hip glute muscles. And they make your back round because the chain pulls the back into a rounded position. It's really important that you stretch out your hamstrings in order to have good posture. So we're going to change legs, relax your hips, stretch your leg up, flex your foot. Now you're going to rotate inside the socket. Move it around, rotate that leg in the socket. Now you're going to move your ankle around. Okay? And this is working through, you can see how my calf works. It's stretching and strengthening the muscles of this part of your leg. Okay, now we're going to start those circles. So draw a circle with your foot, like as though you had a crayon on your toe and you were drawing the circle on the back. A little bit bigger. And then you go the other way. The brain's all mixed up now, doesn't know what's going on, so it's not going to block your movements. I think it's fun to play with the brain, make it do things it doesn't want to do. You bring your knee in, shift your hips around, pull out your TheraBand, and you're going to very, very gently and slowly and easily, never force, try to straighten your knee, wiggle around, so that the real work here is the relaxing part. Because the more you relax, then you can stretch further. But if you don't relax, the muscles will stay tight. So this part here, the relaxing part, is really good for this part. See, I'm looser and I'm sure you are too, just by relaxing. Move the hips around. So I recommend that you do these exercises every day because you're going to see a huge change. If you have poor posture, you're going to see a massive change in your posture, depending, of course, how much you need to change it. But some people's posture has gone from atrophy level 2 to perfect in a few months. Okay, so see you tomorrow.
Okay. So we come back, we do more, we get looser and looser. We have one more stretching exercise in this grouping of workouts. Thanks for coming to this one. We'll see you at the next one.